Go live. Go live. No. This settings.
Or if you just refresh the page.
You're live. I'm live. It says I'm live. Okay. All right. Good. Can you hear me?
You turn the
Can you
comments.
hear me? No, I didn't. I didn't. I never changed anything.
It says chat is disabled.
I didn't change anything.
Oh well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
audio's fine.
it's better now. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, I've restarted the stream, so refresh if your one is still broken or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So back on to this. Let's actually create something. Let's create a lower thirds or something. Actually, let me show you. Let me show you guys the text feature. Yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click on our area, load layers area, right click new, and then I'm gonna go text. Now my text color here is white. I'm gonna type in test. I'm gonna type in test, and we over here under characters we have the size. So as long as it's highlighted, sorry. As long as it's highlighted, you can increase the size. And you want to do this, you don't want to scale it up, because when you scale it up, you're going to get the like all the blurry, because it's like it's not a rasterized image. Okay, I'm going to move this about. So our characters, I'm going to make large, just call it a test. You can change the colors here with it selected as well, and you can change the font type under the characters. Well, mine is Time New Romans. Let me change it to sample. Okay, actually, and I'm gonna put this at the bottom. Another thing I want to show you guys is here. So if you click down here, I don't know what this thing is called, but you can pick a grid. We're gonna put action safe frames on. So you don't want text generally. I mean, nowadays it's not so much mandatory, but you don't want text to be outside of this boxed area. Yeah, so it can slide in, but wherever they stay, it should be inside. Depending on how video pushes out, depending on what monitor pushes out your video, you may see things where it gets cut off and stuff. So this is you, so this will never get cut off. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put it down at the side, and I just want to show you guys this here. We have effects and presets. So if I click and wait for this computer to load it, we have text animation, animated presets. Sorry, here, and then we have at the top. So animation presets, and then we have text. And then we have a bunch of other things. So let me open up some of them. Animate in, so I want to animate into the screen. Then we've got a bunch of them. A lot of these are cheesy, so you may not want to use them, but let's just find one and click it. Straight by character, straight. So we on random shuffling. Okay, I'm gonna click random shuffling. I'm gonna make sure that my timeline is set to 0. So random shuffle in, I'm gonna drag and drop onto it, as you can see. So you drag it and drop it onto it, and you can see it's popped off of the screen right now. Yeah, so if I click here, and then is that all it done? It just slided in. Oh, that was rubbish, isn't it? Okay, let's try a different one. Pop buzzwords. Let me drag and drop. After Effects error, can't paste in the custom data. That's strange. Text, morph parcels. All of that is fine. Okay, spinning by character. Okay, and you can see something is happening now. So if I scroll up here and go preview and play. Okay, as dodgy as that was, you can see how it's working now, yeah? So you can utilize this on many different things. Victor, 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 can someone hit Victor? Can someone chop Victor? So hit him, hit him. I want you to physically hit him. Don't fight back, Victor. Don't fight back. Don't. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Come off of that. Okay. So here we've got our animator one. So this is the preset that we just dropped on. You can see there's the animation selection range, and when we click down, we can manipulate all of these. We can manipulate this so it works faster or whatever. Yep. We can change the options basically from the presets that we loaded in from the animation text area. Yep. So you can see that there are loads of these, and in each one of these folders there are a bunch of other stuff that you can do and mess about with them. Let me quickly show you this one. Image special effects. We've got bad TV here, and I'm gonna drop that on here as well. So bad TV week. Drop that in, and you can see, yeah, maybe that is too bad. So let's go back up to our preview play. So let it buffer. Okay, back up and play again. Okay, that is, the TV is too bad. TV height, can we move that down to 8? No. Wave width, all of that could be shrunk down. Okay, so what else? Don't matter. Anyway, you can see there's effects that we can throw on and stuff like that. Okay, so what I want to do, let me delete this now. I'm gonna have a new solid. The solid is gonna be like a color like this, red. I am gonna create a pen tool, and then here I'm just gonna create myself a rectangle. Okay, and let me use this and straighten it up. Okay, let's say this is gonna be our thing that rolls into our screen. I'm gonna set the animation now, so transform position. So I want it to come in on the 1 second. On 1 second, actually, I want this to come in. Yeah. So on the 0 seconds, I want it to be off the screen. So I'm gonna slide it out here on these number, the first one. So this is left and right, and this is up and down. So I'm gonna slide it off the screen, so you can see that it comes into the screen. Yep. What I actually want to do is I want it to come further out at this point, so that it jumps back a bit. That always helps with the animation. Yep. You give it a little buffer, and then it pops back into the place that you want it to. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to put a little fade on this so it can blend out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pen tool. I'm just going to create a mask around the edge. Oh, sorry, my bad. Let me undo that. So with this selected, yep. And then the mask, I want the mask 2 to be a subtraction. So I've subtracted, and I want to feather it. Yep. And now I can use the move tool to have something going on like this. So if I click off, or oh, that's bad, innit? That's bad. Feather more. Let's make this a bit large. So click off. Okay. So we've got that coming in here. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to put a new text onto it. So I'm going to do new text. This is just going to be called test. So let me bring this in here. This is a separate layer, so I'm just gonna put this like here, make it a lot smaller, using these lines to help me. Yep. I want this to fade in, so I'm just gonna use a simple transformation opacity. So say this comes in here. The opacity I want to go to 0. Then I'm gonna move it up a bit and then put it to 100, or yeah, put it to 100. And actually I want to change the opacity on the my red layer to lower a bit, because obviously we're going to put this on top of a video. So actually let me put this to 80 so it has a slight opacity. I can minimize this now. And then the next thing, so I've got this letters fading, so I've got this coming in, the text fades up. Instead of trying to animate this text, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to our movement layer. Yeah. So what I want to do is, along our position, you've got these little spindly things. These are called pick whips. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pick whip, and you can see that when you move it around there's like a thread attached to it, and I'm going to drag it on top of to our red solid. The project contains expression error 101. Why is there an error on that? Okay, what if I make this larger? I'm gonna pick whip the position to the position, and that has sorted it. Okay, there you go. Okay, I need to move the anchor now. So it's moved off. Okay, so the anchor point has moved because I did that pick whip expression. So I'm gonna move these out. Move the anchor of my text to fit in with that. Okay, so you can see that it's fading in. Actually, let me make the fading a bit earlier. So select, drag and move. You can see that it's attached to it. Yeah. Okay, then I want my position of my red solid to move back, so I'm gonna go to my position. I'm gonna click add key, so it's gonna hold until say 3 seconds, and then I'm gonna animate it coming off screen. So I can just press Control C, Control V, and that's off screen now, so the text follows it off. Yep. Okay, so if I pull this down and take this off, my title action safe off because we don't need it, and when I go to preview and press play, whoops, let me back up, stop, back up, press play. Why is it doing all of that moving? Okay, let's sort out, that's an issue, so let's sort that out. Okay, so this position, just copy, go over here, just press V, Control. Why is there tweening in here? Paris, are you not even following along? You're not even following along, and then you're gonna ask for help later on, and I'm gonna say just come on, just do what you're meant to be doing, yeah? And drinks off of the table. Drinks off of the table. Okay, so I seem to be having a problem with my frame not wanting to stay, so I need to fix this. So 960, 540, and that is 965.40, and we need to straighten our trajectory on this. How are we doing this? So if I right click, we have key options, keyframe assist, easy ease. It shouldn't move because I don't have an animation on it. It should be completely still, but it's jittering about for some reason. I need to figure out how I need to fix it. Toggle hold keyframe. Okay, there you go. So right click. If this is happening to you, toggle hold keyframe, and that will make it completely still. Okay. And so let's back up and then play. Okay, so nice and simple, lower thirds, it comes in, it's very quick. And then from this point, what we would do, just say if we're happy with everything that we've got going on here, from this point, what we will do is we'll go to composition, add to render queue. So then it brings up a different menu down here. You click on the setting, make sure that this is all set to what you set before, press OK. Come over, what we want to use is QuickTime. We want to have QuickTime RGB plus alpha. Yeah, and then format options, click animation. Yeah, that's fine as long as we've got the plus alpha. That's what we care about. And then we press OK, and then we render it. And you want to render it, let me just throw it on my desktop and go OK, save, and then you press render. And this is very quick. It's not like a Premiere render that takes ages. This will render it out, and what it's going to do is render it out with a alpha background. Okay, and we're done from there. You load it up, you can place it into your Premiere file and put it on top wherever you need to. So in theory, what you can do is if you have the same lower thirds throughout, you can make one good lower thirds, and then all you need to do is change the text and keep saving as different files. Yeah, so this project should be well enough easy. Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream there, and I want to see you guys working for the rest of the lesson and develop something quite simple as this, so I can see it being done. Okay.